Many hospitality properties forego proper employee training due to associated costs, but studies have shown that the return on investment from training and development of employees is a no-brainer. Let me explain more. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. And make sure to hit the little bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. You won't want to miss anything I designed especially for you. Training can improve your employees' morale, business performance, and help increase your profits. And if you have a properly organized system, you can find the time, and I don't mean just when they're hired. It has to be ongoing. Let me ask you something. Do you have a small property, just a couple of employees, but you seem to be doing most of the work? Or do you have a property running on a shoestring budget with limited employees that are overworked? Or are you so busy that you cannot find the time to think about additional training for your employees? Or do you have high turnover? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, there is no doubt in my mind that you're throwing money out the window and over the years have probably lost some excellent employees. You might be thinking these questions. Why would I want to take on the extra expense? When am I going to find the time? And if I train my employees, won't they leave for better opportunities? Training and upgrading employee skills makes good business sense. It has to start from day one and become continual as your employees grow. I'll go into more detail right after a word from our sponsor. Question for hotel, resort, inn, bed and breakfast, etc. owners and managers. What if knowing how to open your hospitality property doors post-COVID-19 and giving your guests such a safe and amazing experience that they will not only want to return, but will rave to their friends, family, and colleagues about how great your place is, was as easy as cooking? Sound weird? Let me explain. Reopening your hospitality property using the post-COVID-19 action plan. No guessing, no testing, no wasted time. Just follow the proven recipe and make your property cook. Click the link for more information, and happy cooking! Before the break, I said training and upgrading employee skills makes good business sense. Training can improve employee morale, business performance, and help increase your profits. If there are some advantages to training your employees, you can choose the training you want to give to your employees. Trained employees are better equipped to handle customers. You are showing your employees that you value them by investing. Employees that are continually trained feel more stable in their job. Training is an excellent recruiting tool. Training promotes job satisfaction. Trained employees look for new challenges. Training adds flexibility and efficiency to your employees. By spreading knowledge around your employees, you will save time and early if someone suddenly leaves the property. Training gives seasonal workers a reason to return. When employees acquire new skills, their self-esteem increases, and when employees are trained, they stay fresh and motivated. Now, it may take a little time to see a return on your investment, but the long-term gains associated with employee training make a huge difference down the road. And that's better return than you can get at most banks. Another good reason to invest in your employees is the cost of turnover. Think about your own situation. Consider the cost of replacing an employee in both time and money. So when is a good time to train? Well, when performance appraisals show that performance improvement is needed, as part of succession planning to help an employee prepare for a new role at your property, when testing new systems, as part of an overall professional program. And these could include such themes as communication, diversity, computer skills, customer service, ethics, human relations, sexual harassment, Too often, independent hospitality property owners fail to see the value in providing a formal training program. This is where you have to think like a president, not a shareholder. To find out more about how to set up a training program, check out our training tutorials. Visit KeystoneHospitalityDevelopment.com and click Tutorials in the menus bar. Something to keep in mind. Most business owners think they are good leaders by default. Sorry to disillusion you, but this is not always the case. Property owners should be trained well. Admit you don't know everything. Now, I had mentioned that training has to be step by step. The reason is that this will be an incredible resource for any new employee and will quicken their success. Now, before you start any training program, you have to decide on and choose your trainer wisely. Your trainer will set the tone. It is the trainer's responsibility to create a safe and non-threatening environment for learning. For this to work, it is extremely important for a trainer to have great people skills. They have to remember that new employees are people, so it's important to take the time to get to know the new members, establish a relationship, and treat them like they would like to be treated. The trainer has to be patient and set a reasonable pace when teaching the new tasks. Before starting, it might be a good idea to have them think back to when they were learning something new for the first time. A hectic pace and a busy environment will only lead to problems. Things to think about before a trainer begins. A good trainer will have to understand the material and what is expected of the employee or employees in their new position. Ask questions to make sure things are clear. When you see things starting to click, challenge them. A trainer should use current staff as their experts, showing how specific procedures actually work in the day-to-day operation. Give praise when deserved. Also, criticism is important to correct bad behavior before it becomes a habit. But make sure it's constructive with an alternative solution. Again, I cannot stress enough the importance of step-by-step procedures for all aspects of your business. With accurate step-by-step processes, owners, trainers, and new staff will not be second-guessing. Your goal is not only to have employees who can follow step-by-step procedures for all their tasks, but to be able to think on their feet. And this means all employees at your property. Encourage new employees, in fact, all employees, to look for ideas to make their jobs easier or to enhance your property. Have them be on the lookout for new technology opportunities that you or your employees can explore, even if you're not sure how it might immediately be applied to your business. Who knows, you could be into the big next thing and gain more of an advantage over your competition. Other training techniques to consider. Job shadowing. This allows an employee to learn about and benefit from the expertise of your senior employees. If an employee has an interest for or has expertise in a subject or attends external training sessions or conferences that could be of benefit to your property, have them hold in-house training sessions for all employees. If there are costs involved, you could offer to cost share or maybe even pay the entire amount. The first 6 weeks is essential to any new employee. It is during this time they will decide whether or not this job is right for them. It might be a surprise for you to hear, but 33% of hospitality businesses do not do any training. If this is the case, how on earth do people know what is expected of them on a day-to-day basis, let alone how they can contribute to your business or develop their career? Training your staff in the basics of your property puts them in a better position to contribute to cost control and possibly generate income. If people understand how the business makes money, they will be in a position to contribute to this and put forward their own ideas. You can hedge your bet with a well-thought-out step-by-step training process and chisel a new employee into that creative, ambitious worker you desire. Are you with me so far? Let me know by leaving a short comment. Well, here is a fact. Training gives your employees the chance to grow their knowledge base. Unfortunately, Many employers only see the negatives when looking at training opportunities, such as training opportunities can be expensive or employees might miss out on work time. Well, let's look at what can happen if you don't train your employees. When there is no training, employees might not understand how to do their jobs. This can lead to low morale among staff, which causes employee turnover. A property with a reputation for high employee turnover is also unattractive to potential job candidates. Unskilled employees could spend considerable time seeking help to perform their jobs, or they could do the tasks the way they think they should, which could be a disadvantage to the work process. This could result in a low rate of production. Supervisors and more experienced employees would have to spend more of their valuable time checking unskilled workers. Untrained workers are more vulnerable to injuries. A hospitality property that does not have trained staff can expect a boost in miscellaneous expenses. This could include reimbursement of unsatisfied guests or even the cost of medical attention for staff because of injury sustained from unskilled use of equipment or supplies. Untrained employees will result in dissatisfied customers that will not return. The good news is that if an employer steps back, they might see that training and development can provide both the hospitality property as a whole and the individual employees with the benefits that make the cost and time a worthwhile investment. If the training is well thought out and relevant to an employee's job and presented in a professional manner, businesses are more likely to retain great employees. Training can show employees that you consider them valuable, relieve stress and tension resulting from turnover, improve declining employee morale, and the decreased productivity that results from high loss of employees. Almost all employees have some weakness in their workplace skills. A training program can allow those skills to be strengthened. Training can help reduce any weak links in your business who rely heavily on others to complete their basic work tasks. A good program brings all employees to a higher level so they all have similar skills and knowledge. With necessary training, you can create a team with overall knowledge who can take over from one another when needed. You will have employees who work independently without consistent help and supervision from others. Your employees can contribute to the success of your hospitality property when they are trained to perform their jobs according to industry standards. Trained employees are interested in performing their jobs well to advance the company and feel a sense of pride for a job well done and advance to higher positions. A trained employee becomes more aware of safety practices and proper procedures for basic tasks. The training may also build an employee's confidence because they have a stronger understanding of the hospitality industry and the responsibilities of their job. Employees who are competent help your hospitality property hold a position as a leader and a strong competitor in your region. Hospitality properties can reap the benefits by providing training to their employees because well-trained workers help not only increase productivity, but profit. Keeping well-trained employees pays off significantly for your hospitality property because the cost of employee turnover can be high. The importance of consistency. A consistent, structured training and development program ensures that employees have a reliable experience and background knowledge. All employees need to be aware of your business's basic policies and procedures. Putting all employees through a regular training in these areas ensures that all staff members have at least exposure to this information. It is also proven that job satisfaction generally increases and self-esteem improves when trained employees have a better understanding of the workings of the business. Training can also enhance morale on the job and loyalty to your property. The importance of a structured training program. When designing a training program, there are a few things that have to be taken into consideration. A structured training program has to have a clearly detailed schedule. It has to have a time frame. And it has to have an outline of activities with well-defined goals and consequences. And responsibilities should be assigned. Having a structured training program usually leads to more success in employee development than an informal or unstructured one. Without a clear structure, some companies cut corners and fail to complete the training process thoroughly. The structure of a training program also increases your ability to provide a constant, high-quality training experience for your employees. This ensures that each employee starts with a similar opportunity to learn the key aspects of their job. Structure means certainty. You can be certain about the quality and the impact the training provides, or at least to the extent they trust the trainers to perform their duties. It will not take long before you know how many days or hours you need to assign to the training for each role. This makes the budgeting for training more effective. Now, I'm going to look at how to set up a training program. You have to look at training as an investment in your property and staff that will provide lasting returns in productivity and profits, but only if it's well planned and implemented. It all starts with you. To be competitive, hospitality property owners and managers must make a commitment to any new training programs and create an atmosphere and culture of ongoing employee and business improvement. Assess the training needs by defining your hospitality property's needs and goals. Define short and long-term goals. Based on these needs and goals, identify position-related goals and skills necessary for your employees to achieve these goals. As these are being determined, add them to your operations manual. You want to start training with new employees. Here's a step-by-step way to get you started. New employees to your property can be welcomed with an orientation program that will make them feel at ease and part of the team. Your orientation program can provide employees with the proper introduction to your property, what is expected of them, and where they fit in to the overall goals. New employees need to become acquainted with their new workplace immediately, so take them on a tour and point out the essential locations. While touring the facility, introduce new employees to their co-workers. Give them a copy of an employee handbook that contains your hospitality property's rules and regulations. It should also cover the benefits, pay dates, paid time off, lunch, other work breaks, state or provincial and federal employment laws, acts, and more. Provide the employee with a signature page that outlines that they have read and understand what is outlined in the handbook. It should also include their expected goals and how they fit into the overall needs of the property. This information should be discussed during the new employee orientation so that an employee can get clarification on any points they are unsure of. Although an employee might have experience in the hospitality industry, they still need to learn how your property system works. An option might be shadowing an employee or employing a mentor to guide them through their first couple of weeks on your property. Schedule an employee evaluation after some time on the job. This can benefit both employers and employees by giving them each an opportunity to discuss how the employee is performing in his or her role and what they may need to do to be more successful. You may want to consider a 30, 60, or 90-day review period for new employees. Now, the ongoing training. Separate trainings into two categories, soft and hard skills. Now, soft skills are trainings on such topics as customer service, policies, harassment, diversity, safety, and other general information trainings. Hard skills are those to complete specific tasks, such as equipment operation or specific job procedures. Create a training template on paper or on computer spreadsheet that lists the employees' names, job titles, and all the trainings you plan to offer. Placing scheduled training days next to employees' names for each training will allow you to use the templates as a scheduling and tracking guide. Match employees with trainings that suit their specific jobs. Some general information training should be assigned to every employee on the training template. Designate an in-house training coordinator or team to help develop and create your program. There are resources online that could help you with this. You may also want to consider hiring an independent training company to develop your program. Your coordinator or team leader will oversee all training programs. Implement your training program with all new hires during their orientation, especially those trainings related to the safety and your hospitality properties policies. Arrange for current employees to attend training as needs arise or schedule allows. Follow through with your training programs. If you're going to spend time and money getting it prepared, your goal should be to get each employee trained as quickly as possible. Monitor your training programs regularly by obtaining employee feedback and comparing the departments before and after the training. It's okay to tweak and modify trainings as the program progresses. Developing an effective employee training program is vital to the long-term success of any hospitality property. Training programs provide multiple benefits for the employees and your business, but only if they are carefully planned and properly implemented. You have to prioritize your types of training. Implement training models in order of outside importance. If customer service or time management is a major issue, roll out those trainings first. Use a professional trainer or experienced employee whenever possible. The outside trainer's interaction and presentation with materials can have a major and lasting effect with training. Use multimedia tours. Professional training organizations use slideshows, whiteboards, games, role-playing, and videos, in addition to written material. Create an employee feedback form to rate the training and collect comments and opinions as to the training session's perceived effectiveness. Participant feedback must be taken seriously to grow the program and to gauge its impact. Make training part of every new employee's orientation going forward. New employees are prime candidates for training during their first days on the job. Now, don't go overboard. Limit the time for each training to no more than 60 to 90 minutes, or even less. This will make the scheduling predictable and help prevent employees from experiencing information overload. Now, it is really important that all managers and supervisors be on board with the concepts presented and train themselves. Without the support and understanding of management, training programs run the risk of having little or no benefit. Work together to set goals. When creating a new training program, allow employees to give their input on the goal-making process. By letting the employees work as the goal setters, management can show these workers that they are important members of the business instead of just lowly employees. If you are a member of the Hospitality Property School group, as a bonus, I'm going to share training ideas for you to consider at your hospitality property. In conclusion, when your employees have completed a training session, they should be recognized for their achievements. Showing them that you truly appreciate all they have done could encourage them to continue to put in the effort into being the best staff they can be. I would like to hear more about your training process. What does and doesn't work? Let me know in the comments. We cover more on all aspects of operating a hospitality property in the Guide to Owning and Operating a Hospitality Property Successfully course. Take advantage of the current course special. To find out more information, visit keystonehpd.com/course. You're going to have access to this episode for as long as you would like, but if you'd like to see all of the bonuses you would have access to as a member of the Hospitality Property School group, check out the short video in this episode post show notes. In our next episode, I will talk about hospitality property training courses. That's it for today's episode. Until next time, have a fun day. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you sign up for Insider Tips, say hi on social, and join one of our groups. And make sure you get your free copy of the How to Improve Your Hospitality Property Success. You can find all of the links in the show notes.